Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Today we are tapping in with the Overkill Watchlist. We drop this every single Friday. These are going to be the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we are looking to buy next week. These are all of the names that we have inside of our watchlist here. We drop this watchlist again every single Friday. We're going to be covering all these names today. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a favorites list. So right now, I would say there's about 40 to 45 names in our list right now. So we're going to go through all these. And when I see one that I like Snapchat, for example, like this is setting up really nice. You can see we got the buy signal there a couple days ago and the chart is starting to curl upward. I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to our weekly watch list favorites. So we're going to have an additional playlist after this and I'm going to share this with you guys. So all the favorite setups from our watch list are going to go in this. And I'm going to share it with you guys over in the Discord like I do every single week. You'll be able to just click on the link. It'll pop it up, and you'll see that Snapchat is right there, the one that we just added in. So you guys can follow along with that watch list over there in the Discord. Before we get in to it, let me go ahead and cover the trading rules real quick. Let's go over this. We haven't done this since last Friday, I believe it was. So if you guys are new, we have a very specific trading strategy here on this channel. We are not day traders. Okay, we are swing traders. What we do is we focus on a 1 to 6 month time frame on our investments. Sometimes we might have to wait 7 or 8 months, but typically we are swing traders. So this is not a day trading strategy. This is not a get rich quick strategy. This is a buy and hold strategy that has done very, very well over the last few years. Okay, for forever, actually, if you look at the chart. So rule number one is, again, we are swing traders that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Our strategy is typically based on three things, folks. The LDD method, that's logic, data, and discipline. Okay, we enter and exit positions using the trading indicator. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. So when we're talking about the red and green dots today, we're going to be talking about this indicator down here. We have a number of indicators that we use here. We don't just rely on one. We also use something that's called the Fibonacci tool. That's what these zones are right here. Come up here, I can hide it. Okay, that thing that I'm talking about is those zones. So we have two golden zones and we have a red zone. I'll get to that here in just a minute. But rule number 3 is that the green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. Okay, what the green dot means is a potential reversal to the upside. Okay, you got this green dot back here in November. We went from 7 all the way up there to 9. We went from this one back here in August. We went from 7 all the way up to 9. Snapchat's kind of been really choppy lately, but it does have a green dot on the monthly chart, which is what I'll get into here next. So rule number 4, okay, so we're swing traders, right? We don't focus on the hourly time frames, the minute time frames, okay, any of the smaller time frames. The lowest time frame I'll ever go to is probably the hourly, okay, and I hardly rely on that one. The ones we want to rely on the most are going to be the larger time frames. Now, why is that? Okay, the reason that is because the larger the time frame, the more accurate the signals are going to be. Okay, the more accurate the signals are going to be. So you could see at a chart of Bitcoin right here, you could see that every time Bitcoin gave a green dot with this blue wave down here, since all the way back here in 2015, over 10 years ago, it's been a great opportunity to buy. If you were buying back here in 2015, you were buying right there around, I don't know, I think the price was around $200. Okay, it went all the way up to 20,000. Okay, it pulled back, gave you a green dot right here in 2019. That was about 6 years ago at 4,000. It went up to 70. We had this one called out here on in 2023 at around 18,000, and it went all the way up to 126. So we can look at this data, right, and we can say the best time to buy Bitcoin is when the wave is down here given a green dot. Okay, and that same strategy applies to the weekly chart as well. The weekly chart is also accurate. The higher the time frame, the more accurate these dots are going to be. Because think about it, right? The monthly chart, each one of these candles right here, God, Bitcoin's looking so good here. Each one of these candles, okay, each one of these candles is 1 month's worth of time. Okay, 30 days. So if you go to a daily chart, right, 30 of these daily candles equals 1 monthly candle. So again, the larger the time frame, the more accurate. That's why we typically focus on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly here, because we're swing traders. We're not trying to get rich quick. We're not trying to buy and have a Lambo tomorrow. Okay, most of us don't even want Lambos. Most of us just want generational wealth for our family, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so rule number 4 is we only want to buy assets that have a green dot on the monthly chart. The green dot on the monthly chart tells us we're going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, that's typically what that means. We get a green dot, we're typically going up for the next 1 to 6 months. So we want to enter when we get the green dots. Right now, Bitcoin has a red dot, so we haven't been bullish on Bitcoin for some time now. Okay, we got the red dot back here in September. I haven't cared or looked at Bitcoin at all since it was back up here at 120. That is when you got your sell signal, and that is when we should have been taking profits up there. Okay, now all we're doing on Bitcoin is simply just waiting for a green dot. We don't have to guess. We don't have to do anything. Okay, all we got to do is wait for the green dot to come back, and we can be bullish again. But typically, I want to see this wave all the way down here like it was in 2023. Okay, we called this out in the Discord just about 3 years ago. And there's some people still in the Discord now that bought it back here at 18. Okay, 10x trade there in 2 years. So that's rule number 4. Rule number 5 is that we only buy the day of the green dot in or around the golden zones as long as the monthly dot is green. So the buy strategy is right here. Okay, monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. Okay, monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. So as soon as we get the monthly dot, and let's just try to find something like, for example, Snapchat. Okay, I just put this in our favorites list. This is the #1 pick so far today. It's the only one we've really looked at. But you could see Snapchat here, green dot on the monthly. What does that tell us again? That tells us that we're going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Potentially, right? Nothing is 100%, but if you look at the data, okay, these were great dots to be buying. This was a great dot to be buying, okay? This one, not so much, but it's kind of in the same exact place that we're getting this one. So this is pretty much telling you that, hey, $7 is the bottom. Okay, this thing was all the way up at $80 back in 2021 and got absolutely crushed. So, again, green dot on the monthly. Oops. Not sure what that was. Green dot on the monthly, right? Now we're looking at the daily. Okay, we're looking at the daily. Let me make sure the mail's not open or something. So as long as it's green on the monthly, okay, take your focus from the monthly to the daily. Okay, because the monthly already told us, hey, we're going up over the next 1 to 6 months. Now our goal should be to get in here on the daily and buy these pullbacks on the daily chart. So again, we got that signal on Wednesday from Snapchat there at around 650. Okay, and you could see how the chart is starting to curl up. Okay, so that's the buying strategy. Okay, monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. I went ahead and actually added in a bonus buy strategy for you guys because we've been talking a lot about the weekly chart. Okay, the weekly dots are very accurate as well. Okay, the monthly is going to be the most accurate if you're looking at it from a 1 to 6 month standpoint. Okay, the weekly chart is also very accurate. Okay, as long as you're buying when this blue wave is down here below 0. So let me just go back to like Bitcoin here, for example. Snapchat's not a very good example of the weekly chart, but you could see every time this blue wave is down here below the 0 line, 0 is right here. You guys see that on the indicator? 0 is right here, the middle line. So when that blue wave is down here and you're getting a green dot, that is also a good time to take a position, okay? The only reason I'd ever buy something if it's red on the monthly, okay, is a green dot on the weekly, okay? A green dot on the weekly. That's the only time I'll ever buy a asset with a red monthly. And I'm not trying to confuse you guys. The main strategy is monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy, but we can't ignore the weekly because again, every time this thing gave a green dot since 2021, okay, on Bitcoin, it's been a good time to buy. You were buying there at 20,000, buying here at 20,000, 20,000. You were buying here in 2023 at 26,000, buying right here back in August at 57,000, buying right here in April, right there around 77,000. And now we're all the way back down here, and all that Bitcoin's missing is that weekly green dot. So that's just a bonus strategy. I went in there and added it because when I start talking about weekly charts, you guys just some of you just seem to lose your minds. I do have it all laid out on how to trade the signals right over here in the dots and signals. Okay, this tells you what to do. Gold dot on the daily, buy and hold 1 to 6 months. Monthly dot, buy and hold 1 to 6 months. Weekly dot, okay, buy if the indicator's wave is below 0. When I'm talking about the wave, I'm talking about this blue wave right here. Okay, this is when another good place where you could potentially add or open a position on the weekly. I'm not ruling out the weekly alerts because I do like those as well. Okay, my goal here is to keep things as simple as possible for you guys and not, confuse you. Typically, all we're doing is using the data, the logic, and the discipline. If you can look at Bitcoin's chart and see that every time this wave came down here for the last 3 years, okay, it's been a good time to buy. You can actually scroll out, and every single time it's came down here up until this point has been a good time because if you were buying any of these, okay, and you're still holding, you're still up. So I look at the blue wave on the weekly chart as a fear and greed index. Okay, when this blue wave is down here, people are very fearful. Okay, people are scared, people are uncertain. They call it FUD. FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Okay, when people are fearful, Warren Buffett says it best: close the door and buy. Okay, when there's blood in the streets, when people are scared, when people are running, right? That's when you want to buy. You don't want to buy when everyone's excited about Bitcoin up here at 120. You don't want to buy when this wave is up here because people are excited. We want to buy when there's blood in the streets. We want to buy after a big correction to the downside. Okay, you look at our cheat sheet over here. Okay, where do you want to buy? You want to buy at the top when everyone's enthusiastic and everyone's having a good time saying XRP is going to 10,000 here by the end of the year? No, you don't want to buy during that time. You want to buy when people are saying it's over, the bull run's over, it's all done. Okay, when the fear and greed index is stuck in fear and when no one's really talking about it. There's also the stealth phase when no one's talking. You don't want to buy stuff when people are excited. That's what I'm trying to point out. You guys understand that? If so, give me a big in the comment section down below. We're almost done here. Then we'll get into these names. Again, I did add that weekly thing in here to the rules, just so you guys are aware that we do want to pay attention to weekly alerts as well. There's nothing complicated about that. Just buy a weekly dot. If you think it makes sense, if that blue wave is below zero. We're not buying the weekly dots up here. Okay, we want to buy the weekly dots down here when that wave is down here. And the deeper the wave, the better. The deeper the wave, the better. What else we got? Okay, so that's the buy strategy. So the selling strategy, now we have two different selling strategies, okay? Sell strategy number one is focused on a daily chart. Okay, that's where we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily. So when I talk about that red zone here today, we're going to go here to the daily chart, and this is that Fibonacci indicator. And by the way, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can download all of these by coming over here to the Discord, clicking on the trading indicator link. There's a link right here. It takes a couple clicks, and all these indicators are going to load directly up into your TradingView account. Your screen is going to look exactly like my screen. You'll have all the tools we talk about today. If you have any questions or need support, my email is right there inside of the thread. So the red zone is the top of the Fibonacci. If you guys don't know what a Fibonacci is, I have a free trading course right over here that you guys can watch. This video right here will explain the Fibonacci along with this one right here. That's a free trading course, 7 or 8 videos. If you guys are new, go check that out. Okay, so the red zone is up here. Okay, this is where we want to take profits. Again, that sell strategy is we sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily. So anytime we're in the red zone on what we're holding, okay, when we get a red dot up in that area, just like we did there on BTC here back in October, that was right there at like literally 123. It literally called the top for you right there back in October. We also had one right here in August, same price, 123. Same thing right here around 116. Same thing around here, 118. So that's where we're taking our profits, right? Typically, we want to buy when we're down here in the bottom golden zone, right? Green dots in the bottom golden zone on the daily, okay? And then we're waiting for price to retract back up here to the red zone, okay? So if Bitcoin goes back up to the red zone, that's a 40% move to the upside, okay? We love that, okay? That looks a lot more attractive than when it was sitting right here at 110 and had like a 5% move. Now people have been liquidated. Now we're down here in the bottom of the golden zone. Okay, and if you guys go watch that Fibonacci video, you'll have a better understanding of the Fibonacci. But Bitcoin's looking a lot better than it did a couple months ago. Okay, I still want to see the weekly or the monthly. I think the bottom's in here for it at 80K. I could be wrong, okay, but that's why we use risk management. Okay, boom. Stop loss at 79,000 just in case we're wrong. But I think that green dot on the weekly, just like this one, just like this one, just like this one, just like these ones back here, I think that's coming here in the next 1 to 3 weeks, and we'll see what happens. But I do think you'll see a signal fire here in the next 1 to 3 weeks. And then the second sell strategy is based on the monthly. So we sell when the stochastic RSI, that's the light blue line on the indicator, hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. So we can switch over here to the monthly chart. And when this stochastic RSI, when that gets up here near that white dotted line, that's when we want to take profits. You could see back there in January, it hit at about 108. It hit it back here in February around 72, and then it pulled back to around 48, and then popped up to 122. Those are just two things to look for. You could also use that stochastic strategy here as well on the weekly. You could see that May, boom. up to 110. You also hit it around there, around 120. So that stochastic RSI, that light blue line on the indicator, that's something to also pay attention to. When that's up here, that means the momentum has gone to the upside and is very strong. And that's typically when we want to cash out. So those are the sell strategies. Again, looking for the stochastic RSI. Where is that at on the weekly? Where is that at on the monthly? And then also the daily chart. We want to sell the red dot in the red zone. And you can also sell the red dots on the weekly and the monthly as well. Again, all that is laid out over here for you guys. I encourage you, if you're new, to go watch that free trading course, and you'll get a better idea of how to trade these signals. It's all laid out for you right over here. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into these chart requests. Before we do, let me pray for us. Father God, thank you for another day with the Spartan Army. I pray that you will bless everyone listening to this podcast here today. God bless the Spartan community. Help us make wise decisions in everything that we do in life, with our finances, with our relationships, with our family, with our friends. Bless this holiday season. Help us not focus so much on work and investments, but focus on family and the fact that Christ died for us and forgave us our sins, Father. So I pray that you will just, again, bless everyone listening to this. Help us have a good podcast. Bless the Spartan Army. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Let's go ahead and dive in now and dial in here. Snapchat, again, that was on the weekly favorites. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, hey, the bottom is in here on Snapchat. You can see right here, we got that monthly dot there in October at around $7.70. We're literally right on the spot right now. So again, what we're doing now is we're waiting until we retract up here to the red zone. So Snapchat's definitely on the list. We're down here in the bottom golden zone. Again, we never want to buy up here in the red. We want to buy down here at the bottom. Okay, Snapchat looks really good still. We're staying long on that. I think these guys are either going to get bought out or they're going to figure it out. They had a really good earnings call last week. So, or I'm sorry, a couple months. That was what, last month. Sorry. So target on that's 13 to 12 to 13. What else we got? PayPal. PayPal, I still think, is in a good zone as well. Okay, and these first ones we're going over here are the ones I'm actually holding. I actually sold my Filecoin last night, and I swapped it for that Sui Cetus trade that I posted here. So I got to go ahead and take Filecoin out of the portfolio. It should still be in the green list, though, because I believe the dot is still green on it. So we'll look at that here in a little bit. But PayPal also, down here in the golden zone, looks good. What you could do is wait for the weekly or wait for the monthly, but I think the bottom's in right here at around 57. Again, we can use this Fibonacci tool to determine our targets. Okay, we want to target up here in the red zone. So we're targeting between 84 and 92, and we're buying it down here between 55 and 65. So again, our time frame for this trade to play out all the way back here to the red zone is going to be, okay, 1 to 6 months. That is our time frame. That's something also very important we got to keep in mind, guys. We're not day traders. These are not day trades. You can't judge a swing trade, a 1 to 6 month swing trade on day-to-day price action. You got to look at things over a 1 to 6 month period. There's no straying away from that. Donut, same thing. I like Donut as well. Still down there in the golden zone. I think this one had a weekly dot this week. Pop off, yes it did. So I'm looking for this one to pop up to 6 to 8 still nowhere near the red zone, so we're still holding on to the Krispy Kreme donut. Riz, still like Riz too, very small project, but a lot of potential there. Target is 5 to 6 cents on that. That is just that very, very, very low cap altcoin. The Rivals Network, nobody knows about it yet. I think we're literally probably some of the first investors in this project. And we've been holding it and just staking it on their website and collecting APY until this thing either takes off or it doesn't. We'll earn the APY as long as we have it staked on their website. So 7 to 8% is great. And if this thing does ever get back to 5 to 6 cents, that would be awesome. It's like a $1 million market cap. NVO also way down here right now. This one also has the monthly alert showing up. This is probably my favorite healthcare play here is NVO. They have partnerships with Costco, GoodRx. They're forming a lot of strategic partnerships. This thing was all the way back up here at 140 in July of last year. It's now down here. Now down here at around 48. Okay, I like that one a lot still. GoodRx, this one's kind of gone the other way on us. I bought this one around 350 or something like that, and it's taken a dump. So we're waiting on a weekly signal or a monthly signal on GoodRx. Not my favorite for next week. Circle we bought back here at around 67 off the daily. This is a newer project, but they are the company that owns and controls USDC. If you guys don't know what USDC is, it is literally the second largest stable coin out there. So this company actually, I don't know if they control it or they create it or what the deal is, but they do have a stock. And you could see this thing IPO'd back here in June. And it went all the way up to $300. People were very excited about it, and then they dumped it. So I saw that it was putting in a double bottom here, so you could see it hit the price that it opened up at, which was literally $64. Went to 300, pulled all the way back to where it opened up. So we bought it once it hit that double bottom. If you guys don't know what a double bottom is, it is a technical pattern. So it is where we bounce and we come back and we test the same level where it bounced. So 64, the buyers are strong, right? We bounced right off that, and now we're getting the reversal. I still like Circle. Someone asked me if it's too late. I don't think so. I think it's going back to at least $150 to $200. That's my target. You can't see the red zone on this because, again, it just came out in June. So if it just came out, there's not enough data to populate the indicator, and so we can't see it yet. But we're early on this, and I think stable coins are just going to be a huge thing in the next 5 to 10 years. The United States government, you know, they're passing all those legislations and laws and things like that. So I think stablecoins are going to be a very big deal in the future, and that's why I chose to invest in Circle, and we bought it right here off the daily. Okay, XCN. XCN's another one. I want to actually check on this real quick and show you guys what's up. So I decided to take a position in this. I think it was last week, off this weekly dot here. And I came across this one when it was up here at 5 cents. So you guys called it out, or someone called it out in the Discord, but I saw that this wave was up here, so I never invested, okay? But now that the wave is down here, okay, I am now investing because I really like their tech. I really like their project. You can see that I have around 6.4 million staked. I'm earning around 5,000 a day, and you can see I have 10,000 to claim. So what I'm going to do real quick actually is just claim this and show you guys how this works. So if I hit the claim button, what that's going to do is it's going to put this 110,000 XCN back into my wallet. And I did a whole video on this if you guys want to go watch it. The video title's like My Latest Crypto Trade. It was from a couple days ago. It's over here in the Discord. We drop all our latest videos over here. It was this one right here. My Latest Crypto Trade, November 28th. And what they pay here on their website is 29%. So you could see that XCN now went down to 0. So that's now in my wallet. You could see, boom. So what I could do now is just restake it. And the reason I like this project so much is they don't have a staking cooldown. I can take my staked XCN out at any time. Most platforms make you hold it, or they have a cooldown period of like 7 days to 30 days. XCN does not require you to hold it. So now you could see, now I'm up to 6.4 million XCN, and I'm earning around 5,125 a day. So I'm literally just collecting the 29% on this. And if this ever goes back to 5 cents, which, I mean, it's very possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it does, that's 900%. So if it does that, great. But if it doesn't, I'm just happy with this 29%. Even if it goes back to 2 cents, I'll be really happy. That's a 500% move. So I like the tech. I like it's a new project. It had a bunch of attention back here when it had that big move to the upside. And now that it's down here, again, we don't want to buy up here when everyone's excited. We want to buy when no one's talking about it. And I think the fact that we could stake this over here and take it out at any time and collect 29% is insane. So I'm fundamentally bullish on that. Again, it's a very new project, but I like it a lot. I'm going to put that one in the favorites list just because, again, we're buying right now when people are fearful. Okay, people weren't fearful back here at 5 cents and they were buying. Now they're the people that are in despair, right? You come over here to the cheat sheet, okay, they're down here, okay, because they were buying up here. We're buying down here, and we're going to sell the next time it goes up here. And I like the project. RR really took off this week. It looks like they reported earnings. For some reason, Robinhood said their earnings was on a different day, but it looks like they reported. This one is sitting right here at 450. Putting in a little red today, but no red dot yet on the daily. Looking for either a red dot there on the daily or one on the weekly. I think this one, I mean, that's a beautiful bounce right there off at $3. We got into this at like $3.30, so we're still holding this one. If you want to buy it, maybe wait for a pullback like on a smaller time frame, maybe like on the hourly. But I'm very bullish on this name. I'm very bullish on it. I think robotics is going to be huge. They use the NVIDIA chips in their robots, so they're partnered with NVIDIA, and they're very new. And again, we got in at around $3.30 or something like that. So it's been a good week for RR, and that thing's turning the corner. Here's DJT. DJT is also going to be on the watch list for next week. Those are going to be the favorites. So far the favorites are here. Okay, and again, I will be sharing this watch list with you guys here after the video. But DJT, again, weekly dot way down here, the lowest the wave has ever been. This thing was all the way up here at 80, all-time highs at 160, and it's sitting at $11. People hate Donald Trump, but you know what? We don't let the emotion get in front of us. Okay, what we do is we focus on what? We focus on the logic, the data, and the discipline. The data right now says DJT stock is very cheap, and it bottomed right here at the 2021 low. So it was sitting the other day at the low four years ago. Okay, 4-year low you're buying this thing at. And if you think this thing is going to zero, I mean, then don't buy it. But I think it's a great deal down here at 11, and I've been buying that thing all the way down. Plume I really like. I just want to see a weekly dot on this thing. Very, very new project. This is a real-world asset, kind of like Ondo, but very low market cap. I've done a lot of research on them, and I like them. Just looking for that weekly next week. HNT I like. I just want to see the monthly or the weekly signal pop off there next week. And again, these are all in my portfolio, guys. So this is the stuff I'm currently holding, and then we're going to get into the stuff that we're looking at next week for positions potentially. So Cetus, I took this position yesterday. I took a position on SUI and Cetus. Cetus is a liquidity provider, the largest liquidity provider on the SUI network. If you guys don't know what a liquidity provider is, it's pretty much what Aerodome Finance is to the SUI network. So Aerodome Finance is the liquidity provider for the base network, and Cetus is the same thing, but for the SUI network. So they're different networks, different protocols, but they do the same thing. And Cetus is trading literally at a $25 million market cap right now. And I got that staked as well over here in the liquidity pool. I went over that whole video. If you guys want to check that out, you can come over here to Overkill Trades. And I dropped the video on it, that Cetus SUI trade. I feel very, like, that's probably the trade I feel the best about on Cetus, just because this thing was all the way up. I believe this thing hit somewhere around 50 cents. Let's just check here. Yeah, it hit 50 cents back here in December, so it's down at 2 cents. If it goes back to 50 cents, that's a 2,000% trade. I think the SUI network is a very strong network. You could see that SUI, every time this weekly dot has printed, we called this one out back here in August at around 76. It went all the way up to 5. Once again, everyone was excited about SUI up here at $5. Nobody's really talking about it down here at 150, and I really like it at these levels. So I took a position on both SUI and Cetus, because if SUI goes up, and I'm going to put SUI in the watch list too, if SUI goes up, it's going to drag all the coins on its ecosystem up. That's kind of how it works. So when SUI goes up, Cetus is going to go up. Okay, so I really like both those. If you guys missed that trade, I do have the video right over here under Overkill Trades. It's also over here in the latest tab. I believe it's, oh, it didn't get posted over here, huh? Oh yeah, it's right there. Oh no, interesting. Oh, it's because it wasn't a premiere. That makes sense. I'll post it over there in the latest tab for you guys. Let me just draft this here. I'll put that in the latest tab right there for you. Boom. So now you can go check the latest tab and see that. But I mean, I just think I feel really good about that trade. I'm a little biased because I have a position on it. It's pretty big. But I like the SUI network. It's very popular. It's gained a lot of traction and hype, and I think they have a lot of staying power. Chainlink as well. Someone was pushing me on this that I've been buying it. But again, look at the data, folks. Every time this wave is down here on Chainlink, every time since all the way back here, I mean, at the beginning of time, okay, you come all the way back to 2018, 7 years ago. If you would have bought any of these dots, okay, any of them, with the wave down here, you would have made money over time. Okay, so I think that dot's coming in the next 1 to 3 weeks. Again, pay attention to that stochastic RSI. When that weekly prints, and I think it's going to probably print this week or next week, I think that's going to be a fantastic opportunity to buy it. Link is my largest position. I just think it's it's going to be around forever. And in this whole blockchain, new financial system, it doesn't work without Chainlink. I mean, the banks need it. Everybody needs Chainlink in order for what's going to happen is going to happen. So I'm heavily invested. I think it makes up around 20 to 25% of my portfolio. And I think my average cost right now is around 14. We were buying it back here in June and April, and we traded it up all the way to 28. I ended up selling around 22 or 24, and then it came back down. So we started building another position now that we're back down here at these same lows of 2024. Okay, back here. So we're at a 1-year low right now, waiting on that signal for Chainlink. We got Mara. Mara's been a good mover as well. We've been buying this one. I bought this one because it hit the bottom of the fib. So you can see it hit the bottom of the fib back here in April and bounced. Well, it came right back down there. I thought $10 was a good price for it. So I took a position on Mara, and I'm still holding that one. So I want to see the weekly or the monthly come on that one. I want to see the monthly or the weekly pop on that one if I'm going to add to the position again. But I got a position right now at 10, and I'll look to add to it if it gets that weekly or that monthly signal next week. ICP is getting hit hard. Okay, we bought this one back here at 290. It went all the way up to 10. I think I sold around 750. And now it's all the way back down here at 340. So I actually re-entered this right here at around 5 or 420, and it's going the other way. So again, all we got to do now is wait for the weekly or the monthly to pop. The monthly is green right now. So again, you should be looking to actively add on daily green dots. I think the next place to look to average down is if it hits $3 again. But I'd be watching the weekly or the daily on that one. So we already talked about. This one is in the list. Looks good. Alts. I'm looking to average down on alts probably next week. If this thing hits $1, I'm going to buy more of it. I think my average is around 250. So I'm down like 35% on this. This is probably one of my biggest losers right now because we entered, or at least I entered. I don't know about you guys. I entered right here at around 230. So I'm down about $1 per share at the moment, but you can see we're coming into these lows. I don't see it going lower than $1. So I think $1, there's probably a lot of bids sitting there, a lot of limit orders sitting at $1. So I'm just waiting for that to hit. I mean, the weekly is still green. The monthly is red. And the daily is also red. So that's, yeah, I think that one's going to find support. I don't see that one breaking $1. I'll be looking to average down on that one, probably at around $1 if it hits it. But we'll see what happens on that one. It is very beat up. Pins, this is PinLink. That one's got a green dot here on the weekly, so I would be looking to buy that one. This is another one that I am staking for around 30%. So between Pin, Onyx, and Cetus and Sui, I'm earning about $100 a day passive income from staking. So you can see if I connect my wallet here, I'll go to Phantom, and you can see I have about 215,000 of these staked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim. Okay, and what that's going to do is put this 273 pin link into my wallet. Okay, and this is DeFi, folks. This is decentralized finance. I think I'm going to start touching more on this stuff because this is what crypto's all about. This is what crypto was made to do, is be decentralized. And you can see that they're paying 23% APY right now by staking. And all you got to do to stake is come over here. You have to connect your wallet. I'm going to put max. So I probably need to refresh because that just went back into my wallet here. Let me do that. And you can see that 273. I'm going to stake that, and that's going to be added into my total here. So I'm just compounding this interest, right? I'm just compounding it, earning 23%. When PinLink comes back up here, okay, the wave comes back up here, this is when I'll unstake and sell my pins. But until then, I'm just going to stake and I'm just going to earn. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to unstake it and I'm going to keep on staking. I'm going to keep building my position as high as I can get it. And then, like I said, when this wave comes back up here, okay, just like Chainlink did back here in September, when it comes back up here, this is when I'll look to unload my pins. But right now, all we're thinking about is accumulating as much as possible. How do you accumulate as much as possible? You buy it and you stake it, and you earn that 23%. So between that, Onyx and Cetus was the other one. This is the liquidity pool. I believe it's in here. Let's see here. So you could see over here on the Cetus position, I'm earning $33 a day just from passive income. Okay, earning around 23% on my Cetus Sui. And I did the whole video on how to set this up and everything yesterday. So if you guys want to go watch that video, that was right there in the latest tab. It's titled, I Just Bought These Cryptos Portfolio Update. Between those three, I'm earning around $100 a day in passive income. It doesn't matter what the price does, okay? Again, I want to buy as long as these waves are down here on these names. I mean, look at Sui. All the way down there. It just looks beautiful. GM, I opened up a short position on this yesterday just because, again, look at the monthly, look at the weekly, look at the daily. Everything is overbought. Okay, I'm just waiting for this thing to come back down. That's a small position. So I'm short that. I'm buying puts. If you guys don't know how to trade options, I do have an options course over here. But a put is pretty much just a position or a created position to thinking it's going to go down, right? It's betting that the market is going to go down. So GM, I'm short. I'm short PLTZ as well. And also NVIDIA. I have shorts on all these. Again, I just think they're very overbought. PLTZ is the short position on PLTR. PLTR is turning the corner here. I may have to dump that. Nah. We're up in the red zone. So anytime we're up in the red zone, that's what I'm looking to short, right? When names have gone absolutely parabolic here, okay, that is when I'm looking to short. SoFi, they had a stock offering. Again, look at this chart. Red dot. I mean, that is a topping candle to me. And they're just doing a raise here. So again, red dot on the daily, red dot on the weekly, red dot on the monthly. Everything's saying we're going down. This is not somewhere we're going long, okay? We don't want to buy after we go up for 7 months in a row, okay? We want to wait for a period like this where we just get absolutely hammered and then step in. Okay, if you bought that green dot on SoFi back here at $7, that was back in September. That thing did the ripski, okay? You went from 7 all the way to 32. So we're not buying after we go up for 7 months in a row. Okay, we're shorting, and that's down 6% today. That's nice. Okay, let's get into the names. So those are all the positions I currently have, and I actually want to go ahead and share my portfolio with you guys right now as well. So I'm going to share that right now. Updated portfolio. What's today? The 5th? December 5th. Boom. So you guys can actually take a look at my portfolio and look at everything I'm watching. If you guys want to follow, all you guys want to follow along with my trades, I'm transparent. I tell you all my buys, all my sells, all my wins, all my losses. I don't hide anything. So if you guys have questions, just ask. ALB, again, we don't buy anything that's up in the red zone. Moderna, that had a nice pop here today. Moderna looks good. Looks good for next week. Target will be up there at 50. It looks like that one had the green dot yesterday or on Wednesday. Nice move, up 7-8% today. Baidu, a little too close to the red zone. So again, we want to buy down here in the golden zone, guys. We don't want to buy up here. We want to buy down here. I think Adobe has a green dot here on the monthly. So that one's setting up pretty nice as long as it holds on to 300. It does have the green monthly, so we would be bullish on that if you believe in the company. Here's Soxel. Shout out to Mr. Soxel. This thing's up in the red zone, though. So, again, we're not looking to take positions. ALK, nice move. Okay, we called this out back here in November at around 39. It's up to 49 now. Target on that's anywhere from 68 to 76. I don't like the fact that the daily wave's up here now. I would have rather bought it right here back in November. But that one does have some room to go, so we would be holders of that until we get closer to that red zone and get a sell signal. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly signal's just popping off. So if this pulled back to like 45 next week, I think that'd be a good buy. But again, we want to sell up here and be buying down in this area. We got what is this? Intel's in the red zone. Not interested. ENPH. This is that solar name. I'm not sure how I feel about solar, but it is becoming a bigger and bigger thing. I mean, if you're going to play solar, this is what I'd buy. If you were wanting to get in on the solar industry, this is what I would buy. ENPH. This thing was at 330 back here in December. It's sitting down here at 31. Green dot on the monthly. We're just kind of ranging right here in that $30 range. I mean, if you want exposure to the solar industry, you got the MACD cross as well. Ooh, that actually looks pretty dang good. I mean, I personally had a really bad experience with solar panels, so I hate solar, but this is literally the biggest solar company. So it's got a weekly green dot there too. So ENPH looks really good. I'm going to actually call this one out for you guys over here in Overkill Alerts. If you ever see anything on Overkill Alerts, these are just the names that I think look really good. I may not have a position on them. I call out my positions in Overkill Trades when I take positions, but the alerts are just names that I think look good, but there's something maybe a reason why I didn't invest in them. Either I don't have capital or like I don't like the solar industry in this case, but this is a very interesting looking play here, okay, for the solar. Because again, if it goes back to all-time highs, that's a 10x trade. I mean, you're making 10x on your money. Okay, 959% all the way back to the top. That's ridiculous. So again, we'd much rather buy down here than all the way up here. So if you think the solar industry is here to stay, ENPH is a good looking play there. Here's STLA. That thing's popping off too high on the daily though. STZ, no thanks. Well, STZ actually looks good on a monthly scale. So let's go off this one off the monthly. This is that I think they're a beer maker. So as long as they hold on to 125, it looks good. I would be looking to buy any daily dot here from here on out. So you could have bought this one back here on Friday. That came at 130. Target on that's 220 to 240. Here's Crocs. Crocs is that shoe maker. I got a couple pairs of these, but that has a green dot on the monthly. So that looks really good. That's going to go in the weekly favorites, and our target would be 110 to 120 on that one. MDB up in the red zone. HAL too close. Okay, your time to buy was right here on Friday of last week at 25. You missed it. HUM, same thing. Should have bought right there back at 220. Off these signals, targets up there at 300. FCX, no thanks, in the red zone. RIG in the red zone. SLB, again, your buying opportunity was here. Okay, last week at 35. FSLR in the red zone, not interested. ODFL or ODFL. This is the freight. They do have a monthly dot there, so I'm going to put this one in the watch list as well. I think I already called this one out over here in the alerts, but ODFL. I'll just call it out again just in case I did forget. But that looks very interesting. And again, our target is up here in the red zone, so we got a target of 210 to 220 on that one. AAL, nah. Rivian all the way up there in the red zone. Yeah, we bought this one down here at 12 and sold it at around 17. So that was a beautiful trade. Pulled back again, gave you a dot there at 15 and popped back up. But we're out of that one. And again, it's in the red zone. We want to buy in the golden zones, folks. The ON, nice little pop. But again, I don't like to buy when this wave is up here on any time frame. Okay, on the daily, I want to be buying down here at 45. So nothing in or around the red zone we're interested in. ARM, this thing's kind of curling here. Weekly looks good. Monthly looks all right. The daily doesn't look too hot. Again, I'd rather would have bought it back here at around 130. ISRG in the red zone. Dow, I sold this one to raise capital to take that SUI trade. So I actually sold Dow, but I do still like this name just because of how beat up it is, and it pays like a 7% dividend. Okay, you can see we're bouncing at these lows from 2020, so we're sitting at a 5-year low right now. Okay, but I sold this one just because I like the Cetus trade more. I like the Cetus SUI trade a lot more than I like this Dow trade. Even though this thing could definitely bounce back, it's just a matter of how long is it going to take, right? Target on that's 40 to 44. I'll put that one in the weekly favorites as well, but I had to sell something to raise cash. Lowe's, not interested. PFE, not interested. UPS doesn't look bad. UPS looks good. We're coming into the holiday here. Their business is probably going to pick up. Green on the monthly. I don't know if these guys are going to last or not over time. I think Amazon, they're doing their own delivering now, so UPS lost their contract, and I mean, that's what everyone orders from. If they're not delivering packages for Amazon, then their business is ultimately going to fail because that's where everyone orders, in my opinion. But if you think UPS is going to bounce, I like it as long as it holds 90. It just needs to hold on to 89. JBHT, that one's up there in the red zone. PDD, no thanks. No. BMY, nice move on BMY. We called this one out last month in November. I think we called that out around 45. It's up to 52 now. So again, we just be waiting to hit our sell targets up there between 60 and 62. XOM's in the red zone. Marble, a little too close. No thanks. BBAI, no thanks. Target, I don't know how I feel about Target. I was holding this one, holding this one, holding this one. I just got tired of it. Okay, it hasn't gone anywhere since April. Hasn't really had a move. I sold this one a couple weeks ago, but it does have a weekly dot. So I'll just go ahead and add that in there because the chart does look technically good, even though it's stuck in a downtrend. My wife loves Target, as you guys know. It's just a matter of, hey, are they adapting, or is Amazon eventually going to just take all their margin and wipe them out? Okay, people go to Target for the experience, not so much the prices or anything like that. Here's Lockheed Martin. Red there. This doesn't look too bad as long as it holds 140. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on there. This is a aerospace name and a war name. They make missiles and stuff like that. They do a lot of space stuff. But I would just make sure that one holds on to like 3 or 435. I do like the pullback here from 520 all the way down there to 450. We got HP too close to the red zone, but nice trade there. If you guys bought that bottom back there at 15 when we were talking about this, that's you're up 100%. BTC.D, that thing needs to go to the floor. CPB, this is Campbell's Soup. There's a lot of negativity around this name right now. I guess the founder said something about poor people or something like that. So it does have a green monthly. I just don't eat the soup. So I took a position on it for a minute, but again, it wasn't going anywhere, so I went into something else. AMAT, that one's up there in the red zone. I'd be selling AMAT. Okay, this is where we want to sell AMAT. Beautiful move. Now we're too far off the moving average. I would take profit on that. IWM, same thing. TSDD, this is that Tesla short that I was playing. I got stopped out at around like $9 or something like that. It is trying to find a bottom here. I would just wait for probably the weekly or the daily if you want to short Tesla. Tesla's just so high, like all these other tech names. I mean, it's way up here right now, so this actually probably wouldn't be a bad place to get back into TSDD. I'm going to go ahead and add that one to the list if you guys want to short Tesla. The reason I want to short Tesla is because it's way up here in the red zone. You can see the waves extended. You look at the weekly chart, okay, it is trying to break out. The reason I sold it was because this green dot here on the weekly. The monthly's still green though, so there's just a lot going on. If this thing breaks out over 475, it's gonna go into a blue sky breakout and probably have a move like this. So I'm just using caution there. I would probably buy that one back again on a green dot here. Okay, you could have got in. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Tesla here. So you want to buy on a green dot on TSDD if you want to short Tesla. ASML up in the red zone. RKT up in the red zone. Again, you should have been taking profits on RKT right here around 20 or setting a stop loss at like 19. REGN, again, hit the red zone, got a red dot, should have been taking profits at 780. DAL taking profits on that. MOH is one I'm paying attention to. This was on the favorites from last week. This one did get the weekly, and it also got the monthly, another big healthcare name here. Looking really good right now, guys. Really good on MOH. If you want a good healthcare name, MOH looks good. Okay, that looks really good there on the monthly. So again, this is a 1 to 6 month swing. This isn't a buy today and hope it goes back up to 400 tomorrow. This is a buy and hold strategy, folks. Buying down here, okay, selling up here. MOH looks really good. That's one of my favorite stocks so far today for our strategy. Apple looks toppy. Apple looks like it's going to top out. DHI, that one's got a green dot on the monthly. This is DR Horton, but it's red on the daily, so we're not interested. WLK, this is another chemical company. I'll put that one on there as well. Again, green dot there on the monthly. This is a 1 to 6 month swing. You can see every time we got a green dot down here in the past since 2020, it's been a great time to buy. That one does the same thing as Dow, DOW we talked about. They're both chemical companies. Eli Lilly, this one, again, you should have sold this red dot right here at around 1,100. That thing's coming down now. TMO in the red zone, not interested. CMX, not interested. ACN, though, does look good. That one did break out this week. So I like this one back here to 360 to 400. Green dot there on the monthly. Oh, man, some of these. ACN, MOH, and what was the other one? Snapchat. ACN, this is the monthly alert here. And by the way, guys, we call all these signals out over here in the Discord under the monthly, the weekly, and the daily alerts. So if you guys want instant alerts, right, and not want to have to wait for me to make a video on it because I'm just a human being, go over to the Discord and look here. Okay, this is when you get the instant alerts. Okay, if you can't see the alerts, it's because you're not a member. You can sign up in the Discord to become a member right here for as little as a coffee a day. Okay, that's a Starbucks coffee a day. $4 a month. I'm sorry, not a coffee a day, but a coffee a month. $4 a month for the membership. If you guys pay for the year in full, that gets you access to everything that we do over here in the Discord. So if you guys like the content and you're not a member, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't know what you're doing. What else we got? ACN is, that's one of my favorite tech plays right now. That's a beautiful, beautiful looking chart there. Okay, and it's pulling back a little bit here today. So I'd wait for this to come back down and give you a green dot, right? Because as long as the monthly is green, first off, you should already be taking a position because the monthly is green. If you get a monthly green dot and you're down here in the golden zone, you should be buying. It shouldn't matter what the daily said. Now, if you want to add to the position, you simply just wait for the green dot and you just add on the green dots till we get back up here to the red zone. That's how our strategy works. So again, our time frame for getting back up here is always 1 to 6 months. It might take 7 months, 8 months, could take 12 months, but eventually price will retract to that red zone. Eventually it will happen. Okay, you'll get back up there, you'll get a red dot in the red zone, and that's when you want to cash out. So ACN looks really good. MSOS, no thanks. EXPI, no thanks. Nail is looking good too. Nail actually had a monthly. This is the Home Builder ETF. I actually like Nail. I actually do like Nail. I would like to see, I think it has a weekly, yeah, it had a weekly last week. So, I mean, the bottom is right there at 39, it looks like. Okay, this thing's had a nice move over the last couple weeks. It could chop around for a bit or it could explode. I'd keep your eye on Nail, though. If you guys got in down here at the bottom of the fib at like 40, congratulations. You're up 50%. That's a beautiful trade. I'm not going to put that one on my favorites. UNH is still down here pretty far. I'll put UNH there. Screw it. We'll throw Nail in there, too. Nail in there, too. UNH, though, on the other hand, this one has a monthly green dot. So we're looking to add on the daily. So you had an opportunity to add right there at 300. It popped up to 330. Again, our target's up here at 560 to 600. We got BCH in the red zone. Not interested. Cure pulling back here. Cure pulling back. We need a green dot here on Cure. What else we got? SQQQ. This is like shorting the market. So if you think the tech stocks are going to go down, buy SQQQ. Okay, I'd probably put that one in the favorites next week just because of where it's setting up here on the daily. If we can get a bounce and hold on to 60, that looks good. DDOG. This is Datadog. Wow, I like the pullback on Datadog here. I'm going to put that on the favorites. What do we got here on the monthly? We got a red dot on the weekly. That red monthly looks like it's actually going to come. So I'm going to take that one off, even though it could get a short-term bounce there. For our strategy, though, we should have been buying right here. We called this out back here in June at around 120. It went all the way up to $200. So that was a very nice trade. We called that out right here. Okay, back in June, July. Okay, June was like right here at 120. Boom, all the way up to 200. Red dot in the red zone. Take your profits. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, you could look for a daily dot if you think it's going to bounce there next week. They're definitely growing their earnings. They're definitely doing well. MRK in the red zone, not interested. Pepsi, Pepsi. I don't know. I just don't like the product, to be honest with you. The VIX is coming down. AERO, definitely not buying this one. It's up there in the red zone. I'd be taking profits right there at 24. ADUR, a little too high for me. WLFI, we want to wait for a green dot down here on the daily at WLFI. We got CNC, no thanks. Trump back down under 6. Wow. Trump coin back down under $6. That thing's just continuing to fade. So my play on the whole Trump thing is DJT. That it's his stock. That's how I'm playing Trump's meme coins. That's how I'm playing everything, because I think it all funnels back to that Trump media company. So Trump does look interesting. I traded this one back here from $5.50 up to like $9, and then it came back down. Now it's back down here at $5. I just think there's some better alts to own. I mean, I would much rather take that Cetus Sui trade and just stake it and hold it, or the XCN trade and just stake it right now. Because as the market's chopping around, folks, if you're staking, you're still making money, right? Something like Polkadot. Polkadot's at its all-time low, guys. It's literally at its all-time low. Okay, it's never been this low before. Okay, you look at the Binance exchange. The last time it was this low was back here in 2020. So you're buying this. Look how far the wave is. Okay, and you can actually stake this on Coinbase. Let me just pull this up for you real quick and show you guys. Okay, so even if it goes sideways wow, it's actually snowing at my house right now. The snow's coming down, baby. Nice. It's dumping right where I'm at. Where are you guys from? Let me know down in the comment section. Where's everyone tuning in from? Drop a comment down below. Let us know where you're from, folks. The Spartan Army is worldwide. Okay, we're here in the United States, in Washington. Let's see here. Yeah, you could see here. So if we go to, I'm just going to pull up my Coinbase real quick and show you. Okay, Polkadot's paying 8.8% APY. So you can buy DOT, stake it, forget about it, earn 8%. And then once this thing comes back up here, right, once the wave comes back up here, that's when you can dump it. But as of right now, if we just go sideways for the next year, at least you're making that 8 to 9% as we go sideways. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, I think that's a great strategy. Another one is Atom. Atom, I mean, I would, this is, again, at its all-time low, okay, right back down here to 2020 lows. The last time we hit these prices was 5 years ago. So everyone's been saying it's a good time to buy alts. It's a good time to buy alts. You're buying right now on the macro time frame. Okay, a lot of you guys are on the hourly, on the 5-minute, on the 15-minute. Maybe not all you guys. A lot of you guys aren't caught up in the day trading, small time frame stuff. We are big time frame traders. Okay, large time frame traders. Does that make sense? Okay, we love the larger time frame. Okay, that's the one we focus on. And this one is, again, if you look at the data, remember, logic, data, discipline. Okay, we're back down here at the 2020 lows, folks. 2020 lows. And what is Atom play? Let's see what Atom pays here. So Atom, I believe, pays somewhere around 16% on Coinbase. And I'm not going to try to give you guys any false information. I back everything up with logic, data, and discipline here. Okay, but you could see, yeah, 16% APY. So if you come over here to the Cosmos chart, look at that. Okay, earn 16% annual rate. Okay, you'll earn 16% no matter what, and you're buying it at a 5-year low. I mean, I think, I'm sorry, but I'm going to add in Atom and DOT, even though they don't have the monthly dots. Okay, this is more of a staking strategy here. Okay, if you don't know how to stake on Coinbase, it's very easy to do. It's very, very easy to do. So, yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is, folks. I would buy Cosmos, I'd stake it for 16%, earn, and when that wave comes back up here, right, that's when you would unstake and sell it. Okay, but Atom and DOT are two cryptos I want to add to the portfolio. I just literally don't have enough money to keep adding all these names. So right now I'm holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. So, well, plus my short positions. So that's about 23 positions I'm holding right now. If I were to add Atom or DOT, that would make it 25. And typically I like to keep it at around 20. Okay, my general rule is 5%. I never want to exceed 5% on one trade unless I'm really confident about it, like I am in like Chainlink. Chainlink, I think, is like 25% of my portfolio, but typically my rule is 5%. I'll never exceed more than 5% of my total portfolio on one position. And the reason that is if I'm wrong and it goes to zero, which happens, it doesn't happen at all for the names I'm buying. I'm always buying good quality projects, not meme coins. But if it did go to zero, say Sui went to zero tomorrow, say they got scammed or it was a big scam and it went all the way to zero, I would only lose 5% of my portfolio, my total portfolio. Does that make sense? So if it goes down 50%, I'm only going to lose 2.5% of my portfolio. And then I can add as it goes down. Typically where I dollar cost average is if I'm down 20% on a position. For crypto, if I'm down like 40% is typically when I'm looking to add. I added on Link the other day because I was down like 25% or something like that. So keep that in mind. Atom and DOT, though, are two very interesting plays just because of that staking feature in Coinbase. Anyone has access to that staking feature. Like, all you got to do is just stake it, earn the APY, and then wait for the wave to come back up here. And when you get that move, you unstake it, and then you get out. You sell it. You dump it, okay, and you're done. But I think DOT and Atom both look good, again, at that 2020 low. What happened in 2020? What happened in 2020? Okay, COVID. COVID happened in 2020. Okay, and then what happened after COVID? The QE started with the Fed, and it ripped all the way up to 50. So those two names, if I had to choose any crypto right now, those are probably the two names I've added to my portfolio, and I would just stake it and forget about it and just pay attention to the chart. And again, when the blue wave came back up here, that's when I would dump it, exit, and obviously go find the next trade. What else we got? LUMN. This is Lumen. It doesn't look too hot. AMGN up in the red zone. New up in the red zone. CLF up in the red zone. PBR. Riot looks decent here. I do like Riot blockchain. I would wait for the weekly on that one. We got Veil, also red. Uniswap, also red. I converted my Uniswap for Chainlink. I sold my Uni and put it into Chainlink. We got CLSK, also still green here on the daily. It needs a weekly. It needs that weekly signal to pop off probably next week. ABTC, this is Donald Trump's American Bitcoin Corporation. I seen some TikTokers that I follow talking about this at around 4, and the other day it gapped down 50% all the way to 2, so I actually started paying attention because I like something that drops 50% like that. That's got a daily dot, but like I said, the way I'm playing Trump, though, you got to have some type of exposure to Trump, right? I mean, he is really doing some things in the crypto industry that you can't argue with. Yes, things haven't been good since he got into presidency, but he's only been in office for about a year. He has another 3 years to implement his policies and what he's doing. And he's building all these Bitcoin crypto companies. You got World Liberty Financial, Trump, you got Millennia, you got his ABTC, you have his DJT. So the way I'm playing him, Trump, I think you have to have some exposure to Trump. Trump should be like its own category. Okay, the way I'm playing him is DJT, his longest standing company that is tradable. Okay, another one that looks interesting though is ABTC. And again, everybody was talking about this thing up here at 10. Everyone was talking about it at 4. Now it's down at 2, and everyone's sad and mad because they were buying between 4 and 8. Now it's at 2. I think it looks really interesting at 2. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one in. I'll add that one in. It's got a green dot here showing up today too at $2. So if you buy it at 2 and it goes down to $1, I just buy more at $1. And then last Filecoin, I sold my Filecoin yesterday for that CEDIS SUI trade as well. I wanted to get both those positions up to 5%. So Filecoin, I believe, does. Yeah, the red monthly did pop up. So this one doesn't look bad down here at 145. I bought it at 140 and then it went up to 4. I'm an idiot and didn't sell up here. And then it went all the way back down to where I bought it. So I got out at break even, but I went into SUI and CEDIS, which are 2 projects I'm a lot more confident in. So that's the watch list today. Here are all the weekly favorites. I will go ahead and share this with you guys right here, right now, inside the Discord. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll share the green list first. Here's the green list here. I'm going to put this in the watch list. We do this every Friday, guys. And if we can get this video to 300 likes, I'll give away some crypto on Monday's stream. So I'm going to share our green list with you guys, and I'll show you how to get this. So green list for 12-5, this is December. Okay, so that will pop up every name we just covered today. So that's everything I'm holding, I'm shorting, and then also the names I'm looking at next week. And then we have the weekly watch list favorites. So these were all the names from that list, and we follow about 300 to 400 cryptocurrencies and stocks. And out of all of them, these are the ones we're looking to I think look the best going into next week for positions. So I'll go ahead and copy this as well. Weekly watch list favorites, 12-5. I'll go ahead and give you guys a tag over here. And you guys are probably watching this video right now because these are pre-recorded now. And that's it, folks. That's the watch list for next week. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. The chart requests are going to be closed until I get caught up on all these. Once they're reopened, you guys will be able to type in here again. So we left off at I believe we left off at Circle. So we'll be back on Monday. We're answering your guys' chart requests over here in the Discord. We do that Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is our watch list videos now. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you did, smash the like, leave a comment, say something down low, let us know you're watching, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. If you need me, as always, hit me up over here inside the Discord. Again, you guys can get all the trading indicators over here. There's a link down in the description where you can join the Discord, also pinned in the comments section. So check that out. Check out the free trading course. And again, if you guys have any questions, hit me up in support chat. Once again, have a great weekend. God bless you guys. And we'll see you next time. Peace.